Okay? Now, the customer is always king or queen. You make zero money by trying to prove to somebody how wrong they are, or how silly they look, or how stupid they sound. Actually, it hurts you. And this is where men and women vary in this business. Women are a lot more patient than we are. A lot more detail-oriented than we are. Men, we have that testosterone thing going on, where somebody comes in and they have an attitude and they're not talking to us, or they're giving us snippy answers, and it's like, whoa, I'm not going to let anybody talk to me like that. I'll show them. And guess what? The person gets up and leaves. Now you're walking around the store saying, yeah, did you see that guy? What a jerk. He thought he could talk to me any kind of way. He must have been crazy. I showed him. Yeah, but you didn't make $1. Nothing off of that. So now this person just got up and walked out, and you had no opportunity to do what it is that you were brought here to do, which is help people. You don't make any money by trying to prove them wrong. Okay? Even if you know what they're saying is totally absurd. Right. Never fight. Right. Never fight. Okay? Now, one of the things that makes successful people in this business successful, they are detailed and task-oriented. They know what they need to do. See, understand, fellas, there is no manager going to be in here on your back telling you what to do every minute. It's just not. You are in business for yourself. Granted, the dealership pays you, provides you with the facility, provides you with an office to work out of, even pays for marketing to drive people here to you. But it is your business within a business. Yeah, it says Duplessis on the building, but you need to think about it as your store. It has your name on it. I am not even officially affiliated or employed by this organization. But even when I walked around inside the building, I saw a piece of trash on the ground. I picked it up. Why? Because that is my character. And if I am here taking care of business, I want to treat this store as if it is mine. You've got to take that type of pride in what it is that you do. Okay? At your house, and hopefully none of you all live like this, but at your house, do you take care of your place? Do you take good care of it? Do you keep it neat? Do you make sure you have the things that you need? When people come to your home, do you treat them as hospitable as you can? Or do you treat them as rudely as you can and try to get everybody to leave? Most people are hospitable. Okay? They want people to have a pleasant experience if they come to your house. You offer them something to eat. You offer them something to drink. You offer them something to sit down, someplace to sit down. Now, we would do these things when somebody's coming to our house and there's nothing really at stake except for, you know, how they feel about whether they want to come back to our house or not. Imagine when you have potentially thousands of dollars on the line. Okay? How should you treat somebody that has a direct connection to you potentially making or earning a few $400, $500, $600, $700, $800? If I told you, hey, listen, every time I see you, depending on how you treat me, I'm going to give you $500. How would you treat me every time you saw me? Amazing. Every time, right? Why? Because you want to get that $500. And you have to understand, it is the exact same thing when people come to your establishment. You have to see it as such. And the way that you get them to be willing to pass it over to you is by giving them a good reason. Don't expect just because you're you, and like I stated earlier, you're a good person and all of this, that these people coming in are going to know that. They don't. They see you in the beginning as every other sleazeball person out there selling. And it is your responsibility to change that view. And you have a very small window of opportunity to do so. In the first 15 to 30 seconds, they're making a judgment call on you. They're sizing you up. If you walk up and you're smiling, it seems like you're just happy to be alive, it comes off. But if you're walking and you're making a face and you look like somebody pissed in your cereal that morning, it will come off. Okay? It will come off. So imagine every person that you say hello to, every person that you greet, will potentially give you $500 or more based on how you treat them. Okay? Now, today's customers, fellas, are extremely intelligent. They're intelligent, okay? Do not try to play these people. Everyone walks around with a computer in their pocket. They can check out what you're saying like that. Now, I'm going to ask a question. There are no wrong answers, but I would like answers. If someone's at your store and they ask you a question about something and you have no idea what the answer is, how should you respond?
Well, that's a good question.
Whenever someone asks you a question and you're unsure of what the answer is, the first thing you should do, you should always compliment them on that question. Because the quickest way to knock a chip off someone's shoulder is to have them to take a bow. Okay? So, they ask you a question. You know what? That's a great question. And I want to make sure I get you the right answer. So, let me do this. I'm going to write that down, and I'll get it for you here within the next couple of minutes. Well, does that sound good to you? Now, you notice I finished it off with a closed-ended question. Now, what a closed-ended question is a question that the only responses are yes or no. Now, though, when I asked that closed-ended question, the only logical response was what? Yes. Because if I say, hey, listen, that's a great question. What I'm going to do, I'm going to write that down, and I'll get you that answer just in the next few minutes. I want to make sure I give you accurate information. Does that sound good to you? Yeah. Now, what are they going to say? F that. No. You better get up and go get it right now. No, nobody's going to do that. Okay? So, if you're going to ask a question that is a closed-ended question, you should only do so when you know that the only logical response is a yes. Because the more times that you can get a person to give a yes-type response throughout the process, it makes it that much easier for them. Or should I say, it conditions them to be more susceptible to saying yes at the end. And when you ask questions that get them to say no, see, no has never been associated with anything positive. As a matter of fact, most kids, by the time they're 8 years old, have heard the word no more than 500,000 times. By the time they're 16, 1 million, if not more. Now, that should give you a good idea of why the general public is so negative most of the time. Some people are so negative that even if they really, really like the vehicle, like what you presented, they'll have to say no 3, 5, 7 times before they're willing to say that yes. But as you go through, you should always only ask, if you're using a closed-ended question, it should only be when the logical response is yes. And when you're asking that question, how should your head be moving? Up and down at the same time. Because what y'all didn't even notice is when I asked that question to y'all and I said, that sound good and that'll work for you, I was standing right here doing that and all 5 of you nodded your head up and down with me. See, human beings, we are human antennas. We mirror that which we see. Okay? In the book by Dale Carnegie, which is How to Win Friends and Influence People, that is the premise of that entire book. To learn how to mirror that person that you're dealing with. If they're standing in a relaxed state, guess what? I'm standing in a relaxed state. Why? Because if they see me doing that subconsciously, they'll feel, oh, okay, this guy's similar to me. He's like me.
And he's understanding what I'm saying too.
Right. So if he's like me, then he knows where I'm coming from. Or she knows where I'm coming from. Right? Okay? Right. And people buy 90% based off emotion, and they back it up with 10% logic. And I'll get into that a little bit, okay? But these people are smart. So if someone asks you a question and you have no idea what the answer was, see, 20 years ago, they used to train salespeople to say, I don't know. Today, that destroys credibility. If you walk into Best Buy, in which I did it yesterday, and I know how I felt when I went and asked this lady, I said, hey, listen, where can I go find the memory cards for my video camera? She said, back in cameras. I took 4 steps, 5 steps, and I turned around. I said, thank you so much. And I was doing that to be a jerk. Because I said, now you work here. But after I did that, I said, come on, Brian. You know better. You train on this. See, what we believe is when we go to an establishment and we're interacting with an employee, the fact that they work there, they have to be an expert, right? They have to know everything about this stuff. They work here. Little do we know, they might have just started yesterday, started a week ago, started 2 months ago. But in that customer's eyes, that guest's eyes, you are the expert. And so those days where saying, I don't know was a positive thing, those days are long gone, because when you say, I don't know, you know what goes through a person's mind? Same thing that went through mine last night. What you doing up here? What you doing working here? You don't know anything. But like I said again, I have no idea when that girl started. But it is the perception, and perceived value is perception is our reality, whether it's accurate or not. If they perceive you to be somebody that don't know crap that you're talking about and they lose confidence in you, guess what? They may even still make a decision and buy. But I assure you, you will lose money.